Moi! My name is Jana, and you're watching Finnish Knitting Stories. Welcome to the first episode of 2024. Today is Friday. It's already afternoon, so we're losing light. I need to hurry up. But yeah, welcome back. There are a lot of new subscribers, so I thought maybe I would introduce myself once again, just in case you're new. As I already said, my name is Jana. I'm a knitter, crocheter, spinner, yarn dyer, mom, dog mom, gardener, mad hobbit sometimes from Finland, from the southern part right here by the sea, and this is my space where I talk mostly about knitting. Sometimes other crafts as well. And you can find me on Instagram as Kittenits and on Ravelry as Kittenits and on Patreon and Ko-fi as Finnish Knitting Stories. So, and everything I talk about is usually in the description box down below. Let's begin. How have you been? I hope all is well. I hope you had a lovely New Year celebration and now having a wonderful January. My beginning of the year was a bit rough, but we will talk about it later at the end. Yeah, and I will also give you a weather update. Stay tuned for that. Let's start with the obvious. With what I'm wearing today. It's my Christmas / winter / Valentine's / autumn, all the seasons. We're in Finland, might be even summer dress. Nobody knows how things go. That I just finished in the end of December. It's my chestnut dress by Petite Knit. You saw it in the last episode, which is also the last episode of the last year. And I wasn't wearing it. Yeah, I wore it in a video, like in a little clip at the end, but I'm wearing it. I've been wearing it. It's super warm and cozy, and I'm tremendously happy with it. I knit it in one strand of Nutiden and one strand of Isager silk mohair. It's very long. I love everything about it, except static electricity, but it has nothing to do with the dress. It's the cold weather, dry air, and my hair is usually up. But otherwise, I love it. I love the neckline of it, because it depends on the yarn, how the neckline will sit. I like that it's doing this, and that it's not really a turtleneck. I don't do well with a turtleneck. It usually bothers me, and yeah. This is very nice. That it's warm, but it's not attached to my neck or my face. I talk about this dress a lot in my previous episodes and some amount during Vlogmas. There is also a Ravelry project for it, and there are some details on my Instagram. So I'm not gonna repeat myself. I just love it. It's just super beautiful, cozy, very drapey. That's Nutiden with mohair, color Amanita. And this is gonna be a very Nutiden heavy episode. If you don't know what Nutiden is, it's a Swedish unspun from a small mill in Sweden that comes in a cakes, in a nice, all the time changing, unique colorways, and one of my favorite yarns, especially for winter season. So, yeah, that's about that. Oh, and earrings. I'm wearing my sleeping squirrel earrings. These were a Christmas gift from my hubby. They are designed by Kieto, Finnish designer, maker. Yeah, and I feel like hibernating squirrel right now. Speaking of which, squirrel. Outside is a squirrel. Yeah, because January, you know. To me, January is always a cozy month, but we will get back to it. Let's talk about my finished objects. I have a few. I have two knit finished objects and one spin. Let's start with the big squishy cozy one. It's my first finished object of the year. I finished it on 2nd or 3rd of January. I went with the braids. If you're my patron, you have seen this before, and yes, I went with the braids. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, we will get to it now. So, this is a Wildwood Shawl by Melody Hoffman. I fell in love with this pattern the moment it was released. Actually, before, I already saw a preview on Melody's Instagram preview, and I bought it immediately, and what got me is that it said that 300 grams of Nutiden is enough. And 300 grams, it's like a standard size because you can get the cakes individually in 300-gram packages and in 500-gram packages. And I often buy 300 grams because it's a good amount for like a smallish, like short sweater. Not smallish, short sweater. Depends, do you hold a single or double or a shawl. It's always enough for a shawl. So yeah, and I knit mine in a color En Special, which was from last autumn. And it's this beautiful mix. It's kind of white, but not really. It's like a dirty white or very light gray with occasional specks of blue and yellow and sometimes even pink for some reason. There were some. And I love the tree motif. It was very nice. Can't say that mindless knit, you did need to pay attention to the trees. My shawl is smaller than in the pattern because I ran out of yarn. The thing with Nutiden is that every color is a unique blend of fibers, like different sheep breeds, and some colors are thinner, some colors are thicker. Mine was on a thick side, and I held it double, like the pattern suggests, and used the needles that the pattern suggests. It's nice and drapey, and actually it's quite big enough, but I did need to make modifications. My border is smaller. You first knit that central triangle, and then you pick up for the border. The border was supposed to be twice the size, and there was like this detail in the middle, and the bottom tree is smaller than it should be, but that's all right. So mine was on a thicker side, the Nutiden I chose, so I had less meters than many other people that have knit the same shawl, and I ran out of yarn. And I was quite, yeah, I think I would need another 100 grams to do it according to pattern, but I really don't need a bigger shawl. This is big enough for me, absolutely. And I've been using this a lot. I've been so grateful about it because the temperature dropped to like -25 look, last week, and this has been my official look. You wear it like this, you put a hat here, and just the eyes are showing because otherwise your face will fall off. Look at that. I'm a giant pile of wool. Just walking around. It's been absolutely great. Yeah, and as you can see, I had to bind off in a different color. This one is more pinky, like it's pink. Because I ran out, even with all my modifications. And then to like replicate this pink, like to double it somewhere else, to like repeat it somewhere else, I did these braids. The pattern suggests those braids. They are cute and I love them. They're just a little detail. So this is extra nice and extra squishy and warm and actually very, very soft. This color is it's on a soft side, yeah. A lot of Hand-spun yarn like Plötolopi and many others can feel a bit scratchy, but that depends which wool is used. Most of the Nutiden yarns are quite soft. Some are softer than others, but I would say all of them are soft. If you take a woolly wool scale, yes, they are soft. And this is my first finished object of the year, and I love it. And yeah, pattern was great. The trees were charted. It looked like a color work chart, but it's not really color work. It's just for the tree stitches. So very easy to follow and very enjoyable knit. I might do this again sometime later. Not now. One is enough. One is plenty. Okay. So that's my first finished object. My second finished object is right here. It's actually two. Remember in the previous episode I said that I forgot to show something? That's what I forgot to show you. Hello. This dynamic duo. Now, when I filmed the last episode, there was still just one. Whoa. The sun is going down and now everything is turning yellow. winter sun, it's very low. It's like, and it's already going down because it's what now? 3 o'clock? I don't know. So, this dynamic duo. I fell behind on the mystery gnome. This is No Matter What by Sarah Shira of Imagined Landscapes, and I finished the Snowman in December and then Mr. Knightley in January. So, not eligible for any prizes, but I don't do it for the prizes, I do it for fun. And Sarah's mystery gnome along it's one of my favorite things in December. It's always a lot of fun. It's not just about knitting gnomes. You get a story with it, and recipes and coloring pages and all kind of fun things to keep you entertained throughout of December. So that's my snowman. That's the first one, and that's Mr. Knightley and Snowman. Snowman. And what can I say about them? I love gnome knitting. If you've been around, you know I love gnomes. I knit at least one a year, usually more. Usually more, and I'm quite often gnoming. They are great gifts. I don't have a lot of gnomes at home because they tend to disappear from here. People take them from me. I usually prefer DK weight gnomes. That's my absolutely favorite thing. Like, they are a bit bigger. Kids have gnomes each in their rooms. These are fingering weight. I decided to do something unusual and do fingering weight. So that's why they are so tiny. Usually they are like much taller. And I have very unusual color choice as well. This blue, tealy blue with orange. He almost looks like a little pumpkin autumn gnome, except I embroidered silver snowflakes on both of them. Yes. So I'm happy. They are cute. They live in the living room on a shelf next to my ceramic houses. For now. That's where they live now. There. But now they will sit here and keep us company. There are little stones in the bottom that they would sit up nicely. I use like a flat pebbles, rocks, yeah, something like that. Okay, oh, mohair is somewhere. What else? Yes, those are all my knit finished objects. I'll show you one more, which is not a knit, it's a spin. Remember I told you last year that, I think I actually even showed it, I made a crazy art bath, and then I tried to spin a crazy art yarn, a bit thicker, which is usually a challenge for me. I spun this up already last year, but I finally got it off my wheel, and it's not washed yet. This is, yeah, my thick hand-spun, and I'm thinking I will make a hat, but I will wash the yarn first. I needed to clear my wheel because I'm already spinning up my fiber advent from Lake House Mode. I have spun up one day. It's on a wheel. But it's a good start. I want to make poncho with that yarn. And this one, I think it's like 100 grams. I haven't checked the meters yet, but it's quite thick. It has a lot of like thicker bits and tweedy bits because it was a wild mix of Finnish sheep wool, merino, and mohair, all hand dyed, and some natural grey wool, and recycled sari silk. So yeah, I think this will make an amazing, like, hello from 80s hat. That's what I was thinking I will do with it. Yes, I could use another hat. Fun one, like that. Okay, so that's there. Now, those are all my finished objects. Now we can talk about whips, because I have a few. I've been actively working on my lovely Advent knit with the most gorgeous homespun house yarn Advent. Hi Molly, if you're watching, it's gorgeous. Thank you so much. I will show you. I started an Advent wrap already in December by Iris Hardage. It's called Advent Wrap, and you knit 2 bits, and I'm almost done. I'm this close to being done. Here are two pieces. I'll show you the one that... One is a head. Another one is still on day, I don't know, 20 or 21, but I'll show you the one that's almost done. The yarn is attached. Give me a sec. So this is beautiful Faded Advent by a Homespun House. Which one is the right side? Yeah, that's the right side. Look at it. There is a flower stitch, which looks amazing in this yarn. It will block out. I need to wash it, of course, to block it out. This was a fun knit. Look how pretty it is. Look at the fade. And by the way, it's a circular fade because 24 fades back into one perfectly. I wish I would have known that, but you never know, right? And I just can't wait and look at the whole thing and then decide on a project. I already start knitting. I need to start knitting in December because I trust the yarn dyer, and I know that they had intention and they put it in a certain order. So I just started before even seeing much of it. And I think I chose a good pattern. It looks beautiful. See, I bound off half of it. And now we are knitting here with the last color a little panel that will be on the back. And then we will join both pieces. Let me think how to show it to you. So it's gonna be... Am I losing stitches? No, good. It's gonna look like this. Lovely, isn't it? Look. It will be a little... like a little... vest? Wrap? I don't know. It's called a wrap, but it's not a vest. I don't know. It is like a little vest. A good layering piece because I have a lot of neutral linen dresses and I think this will look perfect on them. And I'm knitting size 1, but in this pattern, size determines the length of your wrap. If you need it wider, you just add more, like make this last panel wider. You just knit more here on the back. That's how you make it wider. But actually this has quite a generous size. Look, that's half of it. This is around, I don't know, 40 to 50 centimeters when blocked. Let's assume it's 40 centimeters. So 40, 80, 160 centimeters. That's quite good size. And if you need more, you can make it bigger very easily. I did have some issues with the pattern, but I figured it out. Some stitch count was not really matching in the first pattern, but then I just did my own thing. It's fine. But I think, look at the Advent is gorgeous, isn't it? Yes. So I love it so much, and it's soon gonna be done. Yay. The next whip is very much related to this whip because I have leftovers, as you can guess. I'm not using all of the yarn and I just couldn't sit on it. I was itching to cast on something else with that yarn, and I'm not using any particular pattern. I'm winging it. Self-drafted. Let's use professional terms. It's a self-drafted project. I'm winging it. I'm making myself kind of like scrappy because we're using scraps from the previous project. Scrappy, I guess it's a scarf. It's not a shawl, it's a scarf. And my working name is a foxtail scarf. Can you guess why? Captain Obvious reporting for duty. Why do I call it a foxtail? No, duh. I needed something mindless. It's double thickness. You can see 40 centimeter circulars, and I'm just going in the round. I used Turkish cast on. I increased here to 100 stitches on every second row, and then I'm just going in the round. I'm around halfway through, and when it's done, it's just gonna be this little sweet scarf that I will just tie here. And I was thinking of adding some fluffy pom-poms on the end. How cool would that be? I think I will do the same thing on the other end, that I will just decrease to have the same kind of tail, like 2 tails. And I added I added a strand of mohair to it, just to make the yarn stretch more, like that I can knit it longer. And it's my favorite. It's a silk mohair in color 0. It's my favorite color. I have a whole bag of it. You will see it later again. I put it everywhere. And my gnome bag by Bertie and Poppet. This bag makes me so happy. So the gnomes freed it up, so I have this now in here. Gnomes vacated the bag. I love it so much. It's just fun. Full of mohair though. I will have to vacuum it afterwards. But yeah. Look at the colors. Look at that fade. Oh, Molly. Look, Molly, I will have 2 special projects from your yarn. And I have a little jingle bell that a friend of mine, hi Haley, sent me. She sent me a Christmas card, and there were little stitch markers and jingle bells. Of course, jingle bells. And there is another one that's a progress keeper. I marked the halfway. There it was color 12, and now I'm on color 14. So, how fun is that? Very mindless. And I think it's gonna be a great, very practical piece. And fun. Because I love the colors. Absolutely love the colors. So, yay. I don't know. Something in my throat. Okay. Very excited here. I'm very excited about knitting. Let's get to the next project, which is my first cast on of the year. It's been on my list forever, since the pattern came out, and I have mentioned it before that I really want to knit it. And I finally knit it. It took me a while to figure out the yarn combo that I want, and I'm in love with it. It's my first cast on of the year, and it's a sheep camp sweater by Jennifer Berg, and it's pretty. It's stunning. I'm done with the body, by the way. What day is today? Today is 12th. So, look how pretty. This was my New Year's cast on, right? No. Yes. No. Yes. I need to refer back to my notes. On the first. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyway, sheep camp sweater. I've been in love with this pattern for a very long time, and then I was thinking about the yarn, and I found the yarn that I want to use. My main color is knitted in color quartz, which was, I don't know, 2022 or 2021. Could be 2022. And then I'm holding it with a mohair, same mohair as in the previous project. Isager Silk Mohair, color 0. Because I love that color, and it goes basically with everything. And then my contrasting yarn is Spin Cycle, dyed in the wool, color Ghost Ranch. It's my first ever Spin Cycle. I have not worked with Spin Cycle before, and I bought it last summer. You can't get it in Finland. It's not easily accessible. I ordered it from Sweden when Elk Market Yarn was having a sale. I ordered myself 2 skeins, one like this, and another one is crazy neon, because, no, obviously. And, yeah, I have not had the previous experience with Spin Cycle, and what can I say? It's really pretty. It's really pretty. I got lucky. My skein is quite pink. I have seen the same color being more on a blue side, and one thing I can tell you, it looks nothing like in a skein. I would not have imagined it knitting up like this. It looked very different in a skein. I don't know what. Not because I don't have experience with it, but it's pretty. It's pretty. It's very pricey, especially here in Europe, and I think for a small color work, I can afford it. It's 1 skein here, 1 skein. Wanna see how much I have left? I was playing some serious yarn chicken. That's it. And this is size C, which is the 3rd size, and it fits very nicely. I have tried it on. Now I just need to do the sleeves. Yeah, if the skein would have been like a gram lighter, I would have run out. But I did have a backup plan. I thought, okay, I'll just do the last row or whenever I run out with some hand-spun, but did not need to do that. That's exactly one skein there. I love it. It's pretty. I want to wear it. The fit is wonderful. I have seen many people knitting this in different sizes and different body types, and I think it looks great on everyone. I think it's one of those patterns, like ranunculus, that looks great on everyone. Yeah. I love it, and I can't wait to wear it, so I'll be working on this actively. I just have the sleeves left, and that's my second cake of Nutiden and second ball of mohair, so I guess one more ball. And these are the little balls, like 20 gram, yes. So that's my third whip, again in Nutiden. Okay, my last whip is not gonna be in Nutiden. It's an older one. And if you follow me on Instagram, you have seen this, and people asked, are you gonna show it on your episode? And yes, I will. It's an oldie but goodie. I picked it up again because it's cozy time. It's a blanket. It's Bits and Bobs by KF Jones of Bakery Bears. Paid pattern. It's a paid pattern. And it's a scrappy blanket, as you can see. And Cherie from Ollie and Bella and Ali from Little Drops of Wonderful are having cozy blanket along, make along, blanket along, and I'm joining again. I joined last time they did that, and I'm joining again because the rule is your blanket needs to be like less than 50% done. And when I picked this one up, mine was about 30% done. I put in a progress keeper. This is how much I have knit in January now. So I was measuring that this was around a third, and I don't know, is this like 50, 60 centimeters? 60 probably. And then, yeah. The good thing about this blanket, except that it's nice and squishy, is that it eats all the scraps. I haven't worked on it for a while, like up until now, and I picked it up again and it feels lovely. It's definitely a cozy comfort knit. It's a cozy comfort knit, and I just love working on it. And I keep adding scraps to this basket, and it eats all sorts of scraps, even the not so pretty ones. I just put everything in there, and different thickness, because you hold yarn double throughout. And there is no purling, it's just knit stitches. I can't tell you more because it's a paid for pattern, but if you're not a new knitter, you probably can figure it out, right? Or just buy the pattern. And I'm just adding whatever I feel like. I usually check that the colors would go together. It's not completely random. It's like semi-random, but carefully planned at the same time. Okay, yeah, I just look like, oh, I feel like yellow again. And then I go through my basket and find something yellow or something pink and just carry on with it. So I'll be knitting on it. It's extra squishy. You know I love my scrappy projects, and I love my blankets. And I always mention that blankets don't count as whips. Just to make us feel better. You can have as many as you want on the go. It's a long-term project. What's the point of counting them? So, yay. Okay, those are all my whips for now. What's next? Next, I wanted to talk to you about wrapping up 2023 and my quick plans for 2024. If you're not into that, go make yourself a cup of tea or coffee and come back, or just skip ahead. But I will talk about some numbers. I'm not very like precise on my numbers. I don't keep like a tight accounting of all my yarns. I have no idea how much yarn I have in stash, but this last year I was very good. I wrote down grams in and grams out, just to know what's happening. I know some of you want the data, and you will get the data. There are those people that love numbers. I'm somewhere in between. Yeah, I will not be making an episode of everything I knit in 2023 because, to be honest, I don't enjoy watching that sort of episodes, so I have no interest in making one. But if you want, I can make maybe like a shawl special or a sweater special or something about like that. Because when I started this channel, I made 2 shawl specials and a lot of people have enjoyed that. Just that you would get to know me as a knitter, like what I have knit before. I showed all my old shawls. They are there somewhere in the very beginning, several years ago. So that kind of episode I could make. But I am not gonna now take a pile and flash all the 90 finished objects that I finished last year. 90. That sounds insane. And a little note, please don't feel bad about any of that, about any of the numbers I'm gonna mention, and don't compare yourself to anyone except like yourself if you want to do better than you did before, because it's pointless. It adds stress, it makes you feel bad, and knitting shouldn't be about that. Knitting shouldn't be about like comparing things, and it should be just enjoyable process. Don't feel bad, don't feel guilty, don't feel like... We don't do that here. Knitting is for fun. Don't stress about it. There are enough things in life to stress about, and knitting really shouldn't be one of them. Knitting should be a happy place. Yeah, and that's why I have tried to... Yeah. I'll just quickly say the numbers for those who are interested, and yes, but don't... They are not that important. And I've been not very good at tracking my progress before, but last year I did a bit better because I wanted to be in a minus at the end of the year. And let's see, have I achieved that or not? So last year I have knit up 19,590 grams, so 19.5 kilos. That's a lot of yarn. And I have also brought in a lot of yarn, but we don't judge, right? And I'm minus 2,393 grams in total at the end of the year, which is very good. That's all I wanted. Even if I would be 100 grams in minus, that would be enough for me. And I finished 90 finished objects. Again, don't feel bad. Some of them have been long-term WIPs. There was a blanket that was in the making for 4 years, and I finished a lot of my old WIPs, and they're just numbers. They don't mean anything. So 3 blankets, 9 hats, 7 shawls, 3 cowls, 9 sweaters, 9 pair of socks, 5 toys, 4 pairs of mitts or mittens, 6 cardigans, 3 dresses, 4 summer like tees or tops, 5 random accessories, 2 items of other clothing, 12 items of home decor, like even little mug rugs or like pillowcases or pumpkins, things like that, and 9 play-related items like for Sophia's kitchen and her bunny house, and yeah. So that's about it. And then I wanted to check quickly. Yeah. Quickly to check. Where do I put that? Quickly to check. I found the list from last year. My goals of not goals, but like plans of 2023. Because you know I don't do make 9. I don't do that because I'm a spontaneous knitter. We cast on whatever we want, whenever we want, and we just go with the feeling here. But I write down like very very achievable plans, and let's check my last year's plans and tick them off. So my 2023 plans were Finnish granny stripe blanket, check. Knit 3 or more hot water bottle covers, check. Knit myself a simple black oversized sweater, done that. Then I had knit more of scrap yarn projects, definitely did that last year. Okay, number 5 was box of socks with a question mark. Yeah, that didn't happen. I absolutely did not have sock mojo last year. Yeah, that's fine. Number 6 was I'd like to spin more. I think that also didn't happen. I think last year I spun less than before. So that's all right. And number 7 was finish a good pile of my old WIPs plus record an episode about them, and I did that. So 5 out of 7. make your goals achievable. Yes, we have very low expectations around here, but that's all right. That's all right. And then I briefly made a list for the next year, just to have something to talk about next January. Okay, my list is finish at least one scrappy blanket, because I have a few on the go. That's fine. That's what I want to achieve in 2024. Knit more from stash, so be in the minus at the end, because I'm just gonna put a yarn ban on myself, or I don't do the yarn diets. My finances usually control my spending, and as long as I'm minus at the end of the year, I'm good. Because I can buy yarn, I can sell yarn, I can knit up yarn, and if I'm in the minus, I'm good. Number 3, I moved from the last year, which is spin more. Number 4 will be revise like my wardrobe and be more mindful about the items you knit this year, that they would fit with the things I have. And yeah, number 5 would be like clear out not worn knits, like sell, donate, whatever. Mostly donate. Gift them to friends and whoever wants them and can fit into them. And then number 6, knit a long cardigan for spring, which is very achievable. So very achievable goals. Or actually plans. Yeah. What else? Yeah, about Make 9. Yeah, I don't usually do that. I have this just brief list of things. I see something I want to knit. I usually add on this ever-changing list that I keep moving from one year to another. And then when it's done, I just circle around it, and I usually put a date there when I keep adding to it or crossing things out if I'm not interested anymore. I think I've been doing it since 2018, and some things have been on it for years, and that's okay. Like the sheep camp sweater. It has traveled to each next year from that list, and that's how I do it here. It's fun. In this notebook, I think, what's the earliest list I can find? Probably like 2020? Where is it? Where is it? Somewhere in the beginning. La la la. Yeah, knitting plans. There have been things, yeah, like Midnight Dancer socks and Pressed Flowers shawl and sheep camp sweater. And look, I have done them years later, but does it really matter? No, it doesn't. Ooh, a nice idea of Make 1 that I saw somebody did that on Instagram, and I thought, oh, that's really a good idea. That maybe I should do that. They took 9 books or magazines with the patterns and made like Make 9. Because who's guilty of buying nice knitting books and magazines and then not knitting anything from them? Raise your hand. I have weakness for knitting books, and I tried to keep them on like 1 to 4 shelves. One is just for spinning books, but like that they would not get out of that amount, and I'm already in a second row in those shelves. And there are some books that I have knit nothing from, so that would be a nice idea. Or maybe to pull out 9 yarns from a deep stash and try to figure out projects for them. That would be fun as well. Okay, so that kind of very low-key achievable plans. Yeah, nothing major here. Because once again, knitting should be fun and not stressful. Yeah, that's what I think. Okay. Should we do word of the day? Because I have a word on my mind. It's coffee. It's a bit boring, right? Because it's probably same in every language, like around same. But let's do that one because I'm craving a good cup of coffee now. So coffee in Finnish, that's kahvi. And in Latvian, that's kahvia. Kahvi, kahvia. So that's the word of the day. I'm already. It's cold. It's cold. Let's go to knit and chat so I can finally talk about the weather. You know, the old lady talk. I love my weather talks because you know, weather weather, health update. What else do we talk around here? All the all the fun stuff. Yeah, you know. Okay, I should knit on something. Let's pick up this. This is easy. No, not that. Wrong. This is easy. This is mindless. This one. Yay. So let's start with the weather. The weather has been wild here. It got very cold. The temperatures dropped to -25 Celsius. That's cold. And then on Monday, the temperature decided to raise to +1, all in 12 hours. And I thought, honestly, I'm gonna die on Monday because I have low blood pressure that's also affected by weather. Like autumn is usually not good. I have some mohair in my eyelash. Sorry. And on Monday I had the worst headache of my life and nothing was helping. I was barely functional. But luckily it's better now. It's getting colder again and I like colder. Well, colder is great. It's about minus, I think, 13 at the moment, and it's nice because the house still keeps warm. When it was -25, we needed to keep heating on almost all the time because like 2-3 times a day, because the house was cooling down very quickly. And yeah, some of our neighbors got their water pipes frozen, and yeah, nothing like that happened here, but we had issues with the cars that the batteries were dead. The cars were not starting. Now I'm rubbing my eye because I have something in my eye. I apologize. Yeah, we had very rough start of the year. Sophia had her ear surgery. That all went fine. We almost missed it because of the car issues and frost, and yeah, it was a wild ride. But you know, just like household problems, nothing major. Everybody's fine now. Kids are back at school. Hubby's back at work, which is great because end of the year was very silent for him and it was very, very stressful for us. And now he has more work, which is great. I'm very happy and grateful for it because times are tough, and yeah. So I don't know what else. We had a lovely New Year's celebration. My mom was still here for the New Year's. And we just stayed at home and spent time together and watched some movies and ate and nothing much. Just spent time together. And then she left and I've been feeling a bit sad now in January. I know a lot of people are not doing well in January because like a bit meh after Christmas. I usually don't have that, but this year I do. I'm totally feeling that after Christmas meh or blah, or I don't know why. Maybe because my mom left and then I don't know. Just not feeling it. I usually feel like a bit of hibernating in January and taking it easy and then recharging for spring, and this year it's not like that. We just cleaned up the Christmas stuff a couple of days ago. Yeah, it took me longer than I expected. I don't know. I just could not get myself to do it. But now Christmas is packed up. Except Franny. Please tell Franny to pack up her Christmas stuff. She's there. There is still Christmas tree and everything. Tell her that it's time. But yeah. Now the house is nice and clean, and I feel like I want some changes. I don't know. I'm looking at the wall in living room and I'm thinking, should I paint it? We have a quite worn down wallpaper from, I think, like when we moved here, we did that room, and it's white wallpaper. It has some marks on it already because, you know, kids, dogs, and other creatures. Yeah, I'm thinking, should I rip off that wallpaper and maybe paint that wall? But maybe in spring when it's a bit warmer. Not yet. And I've been going through my yarn stash and I pulled some good chunk of yarn out of it. I will donate part and I will maybe destash another part. Just the yarn that I don't want to knit with anymore, and that doesn't really make me happy anymore. So it's time to let go of things. I guess. Yeah, just the little things like that. And same as I already said, I've been thinking about my wardrobe and what it needs or what it doesn't need, and I want a vest or like slipover. That's on my mind as well. Yeah, that would be nice now for this weather. Again, a layering piece. And I've been just at home. I've been trying to take it easy, to take care of my mental health. We all should do that, because if you don't, you just run into bigger problem, and then like, oh, here is this bigger issue, now deal with it. So you didn't take care of yourself on time. Now here you go. Some bigger problem. But yeah, I've been trying this week to take it easy, because everything is out of the house. Everything is back to the normal schedule. Everybody's out of the house, and I've been like working half days here and there. I worked 4 days out of 5 this week, and I had one long day and then several shorter days, and it was very nice because I had time. I had time to clean and to cook and to knit a bit. We've been very much into soups now because, I don't know, we ate way too much over Christmas, because I think everybody does. I don't know, you just stay home and eat, and the weather was like that. It was so cold. So I've been making a lot of vegetable soups. Just yesterday, I made this beautiful butternut, squash, and sweet potato and onion soup with a bit of a kick, with a bit of spice. Oh, now I'm craving that. I think after this, I'll go heat it up. Check, my mouth is watering. And it's been very nice and light, and it just keeps you warm from inside. And yeah, my body is appreciating soups now. So, yeah. What else? I've been just sitting here in my woolly layers, watching out of the window and waiting for spring, hibernating, like these squirrels. um, yes. I don't know, do I have anything else? I think no. Probably not. So, I'm gonna wrap it up for today, and thank you so much for being here with me. Go do something cozy, whatever makes you happy. Soup, blankie, candle, cup of tea or coffee, something. You're knitting, of course. Yes, take care and stay warm and healthy, and I will see you next week. Hey, bye.